Hey Bucks fans, Wylie Henderson here, play-by-play voice of the Cranbrook Bucks, back with another episode of the Cranbrook Bucks Insider. Well, the playoffs have come and gone. As we all know, it was a bit of a shorter run than any of us thought or hoped it would have been for the Bucks this season. Also, unfortunately, spells the end of the line for the junior careers for a couple of longtime Bucks members of the leadership group. I am talking about team captain Rhys Bentham and assistant captain Cam Kungle. Hey, they both went out with a bang this season, finishing in the top 20, both of them in BCHL defenseman scoring, and both have college commitments in the future. So with that, I guess you can deduct by the tease that we will be hearing from Cam Kungle and Rhys Bentham in today's episode. So I guess enough of me again. Let's get to it. Here's another episode, Cranbrook Bucks Insider. Next season is indeed a changing of the guard, not only for Cranbrook Bucks Blue Liners, but also for their leadership group. That's with the departure of captain Rhys Bentham, the only captain in franchise history. Bentham leaves as the all-time leading scoring defenseman with the club and a veteran of over 100 games, dating back to, of course, that 2021 pod season in Penticton during the pandemic. Bentham, as I said, quite a legacy he leaves behind and setting the mold for all future captains to follow. And I was able to catch up with the now former captain of the Cranbrook Bucks as he was able to reflect on his 3 years with the club as he moves on now to Yale, one of the premier post-secondary institutions in all of North America. So big things on the horizon for the now former captain for sure. One more time with him. Here he is, Rhys Bentham. Joining me is Rhys Bentham, longtime captain of the Cranbrook Bucks, who has just played his last game with the Bucks, with the playoffs coming to an end against Wenatchee just last week, actually. So, Rhys, thanks for taking the time. How's everything going?
Things are good. Yeah, things are good around here.
Yeah, and I guess a little bit earlier than we would have liked to have been doing this. Just your take about, the quick exit in the postseason.
Yeah, it wasn't what we expected or what we wanted. We're a little disappointed with the outcome, but we got caught with a pretty good Wenatchee team in the first round, a team we knew that we didn't want to play because we knew they were a good team and they had a good goalie show up in playoffs, and sometimes that can be all they need to win the series. So
that, and I guess a perfect storm of injuries and the flu bug kind of biting you guys, really not the best recipe for success early on when you have that much going against you. And as you mentioned, too, a really hot goalie on the other side. But overall, though, your last season with the Bucks, definitely a lot of good to take away from it too. The second place finish, the amazing defense that you guys put up. Obviously, you being a part of that, now becoming a second team all-star on the defensive side. Just your read on the last season with the Bucks, how it went for you.
Yeah, it was awesome. I set some goals at the beginning of the year, and I achieved my last one today, getting that second team all-star. So I kind of asked for a better year. Awesome guys, awesome coaches, and just seemed like all up until the injury things were going pretty great for me. I was pretty happy with how we were doing as a team and how my play was. So yeah, overall I thought the season was a good success.
And it definitely was for you personally, for the team as well. I guess, what's your main takeaway from this year? I'm assuming now with the All-Star nod, that's probably up there, but anything from on the ice that stands out?
It stands out from the year?
Yeah.
I think one thing was when we beat Penticton this year at home on a Saturday. I thought that was definitely probably the biggest moment we had, because it just kind of showed that we could take down the big beast that was Penticton. And from there, after that, we were on like a 9-game win streak, and so it's something that'll one thing that I'll always remember from this season carrying on.
So next year when the Bucks lace up, it'll be the first time in the franchise's history that Rhys Bentham has not been a part of the roster. Just being, a focal point of this team since its first games, that preseason, even before the pod season, up until now, what's it meant to you?
It's meant everything, of course. Like being here for 3 years, finishing high school back in Calgary, and then having my last 3 years here, it's kind of become my my new home, spending 8-9 months out of the year here, coming back to see my billets, see coaches all the time in the summer. It's really became a second home for me. So it means a great deal to me. The city of Cranbrook and even the Bucks organization. It's just I've had so many great memories, so many great people I've met here, and I know I couldn't gotten to my next point in my hockey career without coming here. So.
And for a majority of that time, you've worn the C, being the leader of the team on and off the ice. I guess I know we've talked about that role before a few times and what it's meant to you, but have you kind of had a chance to kind of look back on how really big that was for you personally, just to be looked upon for that leadership during your time here?
Yeah, I don't think I understood the magnitude of it last year. Definitely just kind of coming in as our first real season and getting it. I don't think I realized how big of a responsibility it was, not just with the team, but with the whole city looking at me and the organization behind me with everything. So this year definitely was pretty cool to have some of the younger guys asking me questions and looking up to me and trying to learn from me and get as much help as they can in practicing in games. So I loved like the responsibility of it all, but it definitely blew my expectations for how much responsibility I actually knew I had.
And I know exit interviews are kind of going on this week. Have you had yours with Ryan yet? And if so, what was kind of the genesis of that conversation? What was he saying?
Yeah, I had mine yesterday with him, and it's not much I can do now that I'm not going to be a Buck next year, but we just kind of talked about the things that went right and what went wrong with the team this year, what happened in playoffs, kind of how I thought that I played. We talked about what I need to bring next year to get to the level I need to be in college in the fall, and my plans for the summer and then into the fall once I'm off to university. So yeah, kind of a big general bunch of questions basically.
And I asked this to Cam yesterday, being the last time really that you'll be around the group this week. Are there any kind of goodbyes that you've said or that you're anticipating that are going to be harder than others?
Yeah, Cam's been with me since the first year, but we're lucky we live about an hour away from each other, so I'm not too worried about seeing him again in the future, but that's definitely going to be a tough goodbye. Bauer Morrissey's on the other side of the country. That's going to be hard to say goodbye to. He's kind of been a part of that little decor for the last 2 years. Same with Luke Foe. He's out in Vancouver. He's been a pretty good friend of mine for the last year or so. Hopefully the Nelson guys are close enough where I can see them this summer. But yeah, there's going to be a couple hard goodbyes definitely in the next few days. I can tell you that.
But up next for you, Yale, and I believe 3 teammates that have committed there. So just tell me a little bit about that, what's coming up next for you, and just, having those other commitments on the team joining you eventually.
Yeah, so they'll be coming in the year after I do, so they'll be back for another year with you guys. But I'm a little nervous, a little excited. Campus is pretty big. I got to tour it and check everything out in the winter. But I think my next plan is we're going to Europe. The Yale team's going to Europe on the 10th of August for 10 days to play some preseason games and do some team bonding. So that's kind of the next thing I'm looking forward to, is a little summer vacation with the new team. And other than that, yeah, I'm excited to see Jack and the Frias twins the next year, and I can kind of show them around campus and lead them into the room and get them going just like I did this year. So it'll be nice to have some familiar faces.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be helpful. Obviously, you'll be kind of treading the waters yourself, but a very good program, obviously. And I'm sure Ryan Donald has prepped you a little bit for that from his time with the program as well. Speaking of Yale, I guess outside of hockey, what's your plans there? Have you kind of settled on a major or anything yet?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to major in economics and probably get that done with. I think that's the plan right now. Maybe I'll take some psychology classes and just spice up the semester a little bit. But yeah, as of right now, I think I'll be looking towards economics.
And Rhys, again, it's been 3 years. I remember the first time I think we did an interview, is that in-person one where you came up to the booth. I think Jacob Zakarowicz was there. There was a few others. I think, if I'm not mistaken, afterwards you guys went to go film the ABC country commercial.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, just getting a lump in my throat here, but just, it's you basically grown up in your teen years with this team, and just, you've seen the others grow. Just, your time with the Bucks coming to an end. I know we've talked a little bit about that, but just what it's kind of meant for you spending your formative teen years here, how it's helped you grow, I guess, personally.
Yeah, I know my mom definitely said last year when I came home that I was definitely a matured young man now, not just her little boy anymore. So yeah, this place has forced me to grow up, cook for myself, look after myself sometimes, and be a little bit more independent, not living at home. And yeah, definitely, like 3 years ago, looking back at myself, I'd be a totally different person than I am today. And I've learned so many lessons from my coaches and my teammates, and even the people from Cranbrook that I've met here. Everybody's changed my life, and I can definitely say that I couldn't have done it without everybody and everybody's support around town. So yeah.
Start to wind it down a little bit here. So next year's Bucks, as I mentioned, you will not be a part of it. You've had your last run at junior hockey. I guess any messages for the future leadership group and for any future Cranbrook Bucks that may be coming into the fold?
Yeah, I think me and Cam definitely already told the guys, but don't take any day for granted, because some points they're gonna end, and spend as much time with the guys as you can and making the most of the time when you can here, because you don't want to look back and have any regrets.
And any final messages for the Cranbrook hockey fans?
Thank you. I just gotta say thank you to everybody for supporting us and the team, because coming in, new team, new player, I didn't expect all this support, and all the kids that I met and at kids camps, and when I was injured up in the concourse meeting people, like everybody's everybody talking to me and asking me questions and asking if I can sign stuff. It means a lot to me. Kind of makes the people that I used to look up to, now I can say that I'm like one of those people that can sign people's T-shirts, and it makes the kids' day, and that makes me really happy. So I just want to say thank you to everybody for supporting me and always having our teams back.
I am here with Cam Kungle, longtime defenseman for the Cranbrook Bucks. Just finished up his last season with the Bucks exit from the playoffs. Cam, thanks for taking the time. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Thanks for having me. Just after the loss, we're just still trying to figure it out and do some things, but yeah, still frustrated about it.
Yeah, no, it's understandable for sure. And I guess just your thoughts about that series. Obviously, the Wenatchee game's not going your way, but some great moments on home ice. Just your thought on the whirlwind 6 games.
Yeah, well, we started off, I would say we won the first game, then we didn't play our same game for a bit there, and then we were playing good hockey for the last few games, but just balances and not scoring on our chances, stuff just didn't go our way, and it came back to bite us. Run into a hot goalie too. It's tough to score on him. I mean, Blah had a hell of a series.
Yeah, no, I was saying that before the playoffs too. Sometimes you just run into a hot goalie, and hot goalies will be hot.
Yeah.
So
yeah, for sure.
I know you kind of overcame an injury toward the end of the season. How were you feeling personally on the ice? It looked like you were back to your old self, unflappable as always.
Yeah, so I was dealing with something there for a bit, and then just getting back out there was obviously, getting hit. It wasn't too good, but it was something I could deal with. And I mean, I would go back any day and play through that injury again to be back on the ice. But yeah, it just sucks for sure.
And as I mentioned before, that brings an end to your time with the Cranbrook Bucks, one of the day ones, and a big member of the leadership group as well. Just your thoughts about your time with Cranbrook, just seeing your game grow, seeing the team grow, playing through the pod and then into these, second biggest crowds in the BCHL. Just your time in Cranbrook, how was it?
Yeah, I mean, my time's been awesome. I look back at it, it seems like yesterday I just like signed with them out of rookie camp, and then it was the COVID year, and then going to the pod, and then last year and this year. And I mean, people say like junior flies by, and it really does. You know, you're out there hanging out with the guys all the time, like it's best time of your life, honestly. And in Cranbrook, it's just been awesome with the coaching staff and ownership and everything. And I'm really gonna miss this place for sure. It'll always be a special place for me.
Yeah, you mentioned it there too, just how quickly it goes by. Like it, I
Yeah.
remember you before you even had, facial hair or anything. I think you were
Yeah.
about 6 inches shorter the first time I met you too. So
Yeah.
just getting to watch you grow as a person too. And obviously that's something that's resonated at the college level because you're continuing your post junior career at the collegiate level next season. So tell us about that.
Yeah, I'm super excited to go there, and it's a step forward for me after playing junior. It's the next step, so playing that's going to be good, and it's going to be hard. You know, there's guys out there, men, playing against a lot of like 23, 24-year olds. Like, you're going to have to be ready, and it's going to be a big step for me, and I'm super excited for it.
And it was Lake Superior College University, if I'm correct.
Lake Superior State University.
State University, right. And
Yeah.
just, I know we talked a little bit about that program when you committed there, but just have you been following it? Do you know what you're kind of coming into next season?
Yeah, I've been looking. They've signed a few D-man, and then there's a couple guys I think on Powell River, Vernon, PG, I think Chilliwack. So I've kind of been looking at guys going in too that are from the States, and there should be a good group of guys going in. So I'm really excited to go there and always keeping in touch with them and everything. And yeah, I'm just super excited, but bummed to see Cranbrook come to an end.
Back to the Bucks a little bit. I know that you kind of have gone through the exit interviews or are going through them now this
Yeah.
week. Has there been any goodbyes that have maybe been hard for you?
It's gonna be right now. We're still seeing the guys, but it's gonna be like Bauer, Morrissey, and my roommate Jay Trombley. Like, I won't ever like see those guys maybe again. So it's gonna be tough. And there's a few others, but being with Bauer for 2 years and just how he is on the D, working with him, and he's someone I don't know if I'll maybe see again. So kind of worried about that one.
Yeah, that's those are going to be tough for sure. I know, just saying bye to you,
Yeah.
Bauer and Rhys, that's going to be
Yeah.
tough enough for me. Like I said, it's been 3 years, and it's just it goes by so quick. But memories that you're taking away from being with this group, what stands out?
Something that I will remember is the first year of the pod season. I mean, that's crazy. I can't remember a time where you're in a hotel for 40 days eating, I don't even know, like burgers before games sometimes, and then playing every second day. And I don't know, that's something I'll for sure remember about Cranbrook. That's a big memory of mine, is that.
I wish I got to go on the trip for that one, but I couldn't do the 40-day sequesterment. So.
Yeah, it was like go to the rink, practice, play a game, ice bath in the lakes. Like, that's what we'd do. I remember we all went out there and we're jumping in the water when it was still 5 degrees out. But yeah, you had to do that. I mean, it was tough playing that many games, and as I said, 40 days every second day you're playing. So it was kind of crazy.
You'll probably not be coming back to Cranbrook too much. I'm sure there might be a visit or two, throughout your lifetime. But just what you're going to miss most about the city, aside from the team.
My billet family. I have a good relationship with them, and we already have plans about me coming back in the summer to go spend time with them at the lake. And they're already talking about coming down to watch me play. So I'm really gonna miss them. I mean, I've seen my billet brother now. He was 7, now he's 10. Like, he's grown so much in 3 years, and it's kind of just sad to like say bye to them.
And what's this week been like for you? Getting back from Wenatchee. Have you done your exit interview yet? Have you kind of talked with Ryan?
Yeah, I had my exit interview actually like 2 hours ago, so I got mine done. But yeah, this week's just it's spending a lot of time with the guys. You're not gonna be able to, like, you're never gonna have this team again. So you just have to take advantage of the moments and see the guys and move forward. Obviously, everyone's bummed, but yeah, you just gotta go through it.
I know you won't be here next year, but there are a good group of players that will be returning. What do you see happening with this Bucks team next year, knowing the group that's coming back?
I think it's gonna be good. There's gonna be a lot of guys that got to step up and show who they are and be the faces of the Bucks. Go out there and do all the little things. But yeah, no, the young guys we have coming they're gonna be good and they're ready for it. So I'm super excited for them and the opportunity they have here.
Another episode of the Cranbrook Bucks Insider comes to an end. And once again, thank you so much for joining me, Wylie Henderson, play-by-play voice of the Cranbrook Bucks, for another episode. And I also want to extend a big thank you to Rhys Bentham and Cam Kungle, not only for being guests on this episode, but for 3 years of amazing contributions to the Cranbrook Bucks and for being terrific ambassadors for the city of Cranbrook. And until next episode, take care, and we'll see you next time.